Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. Hey folks, thanks for tuning in. It's the Ed August Astrology and Tarot Show. And thank you for tuning in for our Friday version. And I'm here in Chandler, Arizona, where it is again sunny, and I guess it will be 70 today or so. And I'm just looking at our planets. The sun and the moon are both in Capricorn right now, and it looks like about a day and a half ago we had the new moon. So I'm not too much into the moon magic and lighting candles and stuff like that these days, but it's always good to know when the new moons and the full moons come along, as they do every 2 weeks approximately. And Mercury is still retrograde in back around 4 degrees of Capricorn. So we have Sun, Moon, and Mercury all in Capricorn. What a nice time for Capricorns, one might think, huh? So that's going to give lots of energy for them. And maybe a few problems for people that are opposite, like in other words, the Cancerians out there. And then the people that are 90 degrees, so the Libras and the Librans and the Aries, because that's pretty much how it works. Those oppositions, the squares, they do have some effect, especially when there's 3 or 4 orbs in any one sign. Also Pluto. Oh, my goodness, that's right. Pluto is in 16 degrees Capricorn right now also. A little bit of heavy energy, which I think will pass once Mars passes Neptune in about a week. It's, let's see, 6.5 degrees. No, it's, pardon me, 8 degrees is Neptune, 9 degrees for Neptune. So it's only like maybe 3 days away, plus or minus, from making a conjunction. And that, I think, has a kind of silly energy in it. That has kind of like the silly politics that we're seeing right now on the world stage. Again, the number to call, if you want to call in and chat, is 657-383-0978. That's 383-0978, then the 657. And click 1 when you do to go live with me to show that you'd like to talk. Otherwise, I'm just going to think you're just listening. We have a caller from the 480 area code, and I was just going to ask you your first name and where you're calling from. Hello. Hello, 480. Well, she or he has been holding for 4 minutes, but I guess that they're not ready to talk. So I will. Hello, 480. Are you there?
Huh? Yes, I'm here. How are you doing?
Oh, good. Thanks. Well, yeah, I'm glad you came to the phone, and I'm so glad you called. And what's your first name?
My first name is Shruti.
Trudy or Shruti?
Shruti.
I'm sorry.
Shruti. S. Shruti.
Oh, Shruti. Great.
Yes.
And are you calling from somewhere in the Phoenix metro?
Yes. I heard you're in Chandler, next door. So.
Yeah, Chandler is a fun place. Although I miss Tucson.
Yeah.
I lived 7 years in Tucson. In Tucson, we have mountains on 3 sides.
Yes.
So you know exactly where you are when you're out on the street, because you can see the Catalinas, with Mount Lemmon, sometimes with snow on top and everything. There's no mountains down here. It's very hard to get your bearings, like what direction you're going and stuff. So, Sri, what can I do for you today? What's your question?
My question is, if you can give me some insight for the next year, specifically either in the career area or romance.
Okay. Well, by far the
my
best
data?
way for me to do that. No, I was going to say that by far the fastest and best way for me to do it on a show like this one is using the tarot cards. So let me just do here career and romance. I'm going to pick 3 cards. 3 cards for each of those subjects for Shruti. And we'll go first for career, since you mentioned career first. I've shuffled them 4 times. Now, I'd like to cut these cards. Should I cut them near the top, third of the way down, half the way? Where should I cut these cards?
Halfway, please.
Half, okay. And it just perfectly did that.
Thank you.
For your career, right now and for the next few months is the Justice card. The Justice card means you're weighing everything up. Everything is in a balance. Either you are judging your job that you're at right now, or you yourself find yourself in the crosshairs a little bit of the judgment of others. It's not a bad card, but it's kind of a karmic card. It's kind of reap what you sow. The next card, what I really like about this is the Ace of Cups, and that's that's a card of a golden cup that's being held out by the hand of Spirit. It's very fertile. It's very productive. It's very loving. So I think that in your career, if you have judged your job that you're at right now as not being worth your time or maybe a dead-end job, then you will make the change that you want, because the Ace of Cups really will attract you. And the third card is the Empress. The Empress is a woman with a diadem of stars, and she's holding a rod of power, and she's got a sumptuous gown on and the symbol of Venus. So this means loving what you do, being well established, making good money. So I would say that this year, after a little bit of perhaps turmoil and judgment in the next few months, is going to be very productive for you. And before you're too far into 2017, you're going to be doing exactly what you want to do. Is there a chance you might be making a career change or just changing jobs?
Yes, that's what I was going to give you feedback. That's exactly what I'm looking at. I've started applying. I'm very grateful for the job I have, but the company is going through a significant amount of changes with furloughs and layoffs and things like that. So I'm looking for a better opportunity outside. So it's right on.
I'm shuffling them again now. I'm shuffling the cards again now for your second question, which has to do with relationships. Are you deeply into a relationship now? Are you between relationships?
I'm not in a relationship. I'm not.
Well, let's see. I've shuffled them again. Shall I cut them again in the middle?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay. That's what I did. Oh, okay. The Six of Cups shows someone that likes you very much, that wants to be with you. Someone might be from the past, someone who might be coming back to you. You may recently have, or you soon will, encounter someone from the past. And there's still a lot of love and I think desire and appreciation there. And the next card, the Nine of Cups, shows a lot of happiness, fulfillment of desires, and pleasure to be had, with this person. Now, the third card, unfortunately, is the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands shows people that are sort of struggling a little bit of angry, a little bit of confusion. Like, it seems to me that you'll meet this guy, you'll get back with this guy, but there's going to be something frustrating about it. Like, one of you is not completely free, or third parties could intervene. Like you might have a girlfriend who says, "What are you doing with that guy?" Nah, blah, blah, blah. Somebody could get in between. So I'm going to pick a fourth card at the top of the deck just to see where this goes. And that's a Seven of Cups. That's a very positive card, but again, it has to do with what is it that you exactly want. The person in the Seven of Cups is standing before a cloud with cups on it that include fame and fortune and love and real estate, but they also have a dragon and a snake, and some mysteries on those. So I think it's I think it's going to be exciting. It tells me that the forthcoming relationship is going to be very exciting, and all depends on how much you want it and what your real goal is out of it. It might be that the relationship this year is more short-term rather than long-term, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So Shirley, if you want
somebody from my past.
Yeah. Do you have an idea on who that might be?
No, nobody has showed up recently, so as I said, I'm not involved at all. So.
Well, it's the holiday season, and it's the holidays, and you certainly may meet someone during this time of year with if you're going out at all, partying and whatnot.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Well, I wish you luck on that.
Thank you.
And we're going to go
to
a short. Reading. You're so welcome. And I'm going to go to a short vacation. Not a short vacation. Pardon me. A short commercial.
Yeah.
Just for a sec. It's just a minute long.
It's a great day to get some answers from the serendipitous and mysterious world of the tarot, or the celestial orbs that are around us right now that I see in your astrology. Have a reading with me. Contact me at edaugusts.com. That's edaugusts.com. Or you could even give me a phone call at 520-305-8768 after the show is over. That's 520-305-8768. I would love to help you. When I do a reading, there's usually a one-day turnaround or less. Yes, I can do the complete reading for you within one day. Look for my prices and other features on my website. Thank you so much. Hope to hear from you soon.
And now we're going to move right along to someone calling us from the 818 number, the 818 area code. What's your first name and where are you calling from, please? Hello, area code 818.
Hi, can you hear me? I'm sorry, I was on mute. This is Diane.
Yes, and you know what? I'm going to experiment here a little bit too.
Okay.
I think what I've done is I'm on speakerphone, which means I don't get it through the headsets. So let's say hello again. Can you hear me just as well?
I can. Can you hear me?
Oh, good. And I just am hearing you on the headsets. So that's really cool. I can hear you much better. And
I'm Diane
your name,
from
please?
California.
Diane. From California. Yes. Oh, that's great.
That's me.
Well, that's a mighty big state. Is 818 somewhere in Southern California?
Exactly, Calabasas. Do you know it?
Oh, okay. I think I've been through there. That's near Simi Valley or something, isn't it?
Yes, you're absolutely right. About 20, similar area.
Well, that's great.
You
know, as it turns out, I don't have too many callers today, and what I can do with you is to actually look at your astrology if you want, or I can just do the cards.
Yes.
Would you like the tarot cards?
Yes. I'd love astrology if you feel like you're in the mood. I am April 30, 1953. At 11.
All righty. 1953. I can remember it well. No, just kidding. Actually, I think I can. That was the year that Life magazine had the dinosaur issue, and I remember my dad bringing it to me from the mailbox, and I was thinking, wow, what an amazing! I fell in love with dinosaurs. You know, what little boy doesn't like dinosaurs?
Exactly.
So, did you say March?
April 30th.
April 30th. Okay. Let's see if I can piece this together. So I'm using a 100-year ephemeris, which has the planets' places in it, and I'm just going to scan it and see what I can find. So I see that you're in the 8th degree of Taurus, and you were born with the moon in Scorpio. Whether you were born early in the day or late in the day, and do you know what time you're born?
11:20 a.m., but that was in another state, in Philadelphia.
It's okay. It probably is going to be definitely an opposition between your sun and your moon. So you have that Leo. You know, I like you because you have you can be forceful and aggressive and quite proud and quite I think sometimes some dominant and powerful energies here. Have you been in business of some kind in your life? Had your own business perhaps?
Yes, I had a jewelry business. And then I had a real estate. And you're right, I succeeded immensely in both of them.
I am not surprised at all because you'd be a dynamic real estate person especially, but I think any business where you have to sell, would work well for you. So going beyond the fact that you have these fixed signs, Sun in Taurus and Moon in Scorpio, look at that, you have Aries Mercury and you have Aries Venus, and then let me see, then you have Mars and about 28 of Taurus. It's a little bit far away. It doesn't make aspects with your sun or moon. But that's probably good, actually, because otherwise you'd have too much of that power thing there that we're seeing. And let's see. Whoa. I'm just noticing that you've got Mars and Jupiter in a
close conjunction, about 1 degree. So here's Mars, gives you energy and makes you a workaholic. And Jupiter is a planet of wealth and success. So you're really good with money, but you can be a big spender sometimes too, you know? You got to, but I think you're doing it for useful and good purposes. But, you know, this all must make sense to you, what I'm saying.
So much, Ed. Right there. It's true.
Yeah, and then the outer planets. Now, you know what? I can't quite see on just this row of planets here. I can't quite see aspects other than the Mars-Jupiter conjunction, and then the Venus. Wow, is that? Let me see that again. Venus. Yeah, it is. It is a Mercury-Venus conjunction. Also, I like Mercury-Venus conjunctions because they give mental abilities, hobbies that can turn into professions or avocations. And you can, with Mercury and Venus, create music or create art or create the written word. Have you taken this somewhat to maybe the creative arts in any way?
I love them, but not really. Only dated them. People in that profession have appealed to me. I like people that are in, that don't wear ties to work and are still successful in the arts. I mean, that's been my history of relationships. Yeah, how come?
You know what it is? It's because it's in Aries, and Aries is an initiator. Aries begins things. Aries gets the bright idea, but then to carry through with, like, let's say, writing a novel, that would be hard for you. It would just, to go on for 350 pages would not work out that well. And what interesting guys you're attracted to, because there's a square from Mercury and Venus to Uranus, and Uranus is a planet of the real individual and of the kind of rebel, a utopian or very unusual personality in your love life. You like the unusual. You like guys that have something different than the ordinary. Someone with some real talents, and abilities, and a good mind would attract you. But also, do you find yourself going in your past, having gone from one relationship to another?
Believe it or not, no. I've had 2 marriages though, and then I've been with someone for seven years, and then we broke up. And so I usually do long term, but not living together. So maybe that's what you see. We live separately all these years.
Very interesting.
Divorced.
Yeah. Well, let me just look at the current transit, keeping those in mind, keeping the stuff in mind that I just said. Go to another page here. Oh boy, where'd I put it? Okay. Okay, here's the planets of the day. And let's look at what some of these planets may be doing to you. Looking at your Aries, Mercury and Venus, right now there's a bunch of Capricorn stuff going on. A little bit of stress, a little bit kind of slowdowns a little bit. And Uranus, the planet Uranus, was transiting through Aries, and for about 6 months, maybe longer actually, it was conjunct your Mercury and Venus. What new things, what new beginnings or possibly endings happened for you this past year that you almost didn't expect to happen? Did you move somewhere? Did you change a business? Or was it a relationship?
A relationship.
Okay.
And
do you think that what happened was positive, or was it a negative and stressful event?
Well, I chose to make it stressful because I didn't like what was going on, so I ended it, and then I wish I didn't, so I go back and forth, and I'm confused, and I don't seem to want to move forward. Like maybe there's something not finished with this last relationship, maybe, or maybe I'm just stuck and I need to.
Just at a certain balance point. Well, this new moon was not in a really good place because it was in Capricorn, and Capricorn doesn't really help your any of your Sun, Moon, Mercury, or your Venus. Now, remember, I have not looked at all your planets. I don't think I would have enough time to look at everything.
Sure.
But but still, I would say that let's let this lunar cycle go into another six days. We'll go from Capricorn, Aquarius to Pisces, and then to Aries. And let me see, I'm thinking that that's going to be about a week from now. Maybe, yeah, by the time it gets to Pisces, it'll be 6 or 7 days. I don't have that information exactly in front of me. Once the moon hits Aries, then you will have much more energy to throw off any negativity that you feel, around you.
Oh, good.
And
good.
I think you could do quite a bit with that. Then the major breakthrough will probably happen after January 9th when Mercury goes direct. Right now it's in retrograde in 4 degrees of Capricorn. So, while Mercury, the planet of the mind, is in Capricorn, it's conflicting a little bit with some of your planets, and it just slows things down. You don't find that the communication that you want to have between yourself and the man that you're still quite interested in is adequate. You're just not making enough contact there.
Yes.
Maybe
yes.
he's off on some
right.
other job, some other things. Well, that's gonna
right.
change. That's gonna change, and so I look forward to that. And let me see.
Go ahead.
I would like to go. I'm sorry. Pardon.
I said, that's really nice to hear. I appreciate hearing that, Ed.
Oh, you're so welcome. But we're not done yet because I have a few minutes left here. I want to go to the tarot cards really quick. Is that okay?
Oh, are you
so let me shuffle.
I'm so grateful. I'm having a blast.
Well, I'm always eager to talk to somebody from the Golden State of California because I kind of miss it. I ended up down here in Arizona, and
Chandler.
it has its advantages. Yeah, it has its advantages. Do you have kids?
Right. Yes, they're adults, and I'm grandmother.
Well,
but,
good for you. Are you a grandma?
Right. I am for a year and a half old.
Good for you.
I mentioned I sell real estate.
Yeah.
So right now I have a client. I've known her for 10 years because I sold her the house she's in, and she's moving to Chandler. She wants to leave here, and she can retire much younger there, and so she picked Chandler, and I've been online with her. I know it really well. It's next to Tepe. It's very it's very flat. You're right.
Is she in her 50s or 60s?
Yes, 50s.
Well, then she might like a house that my lady friend's family is putting on the market in Sun Lakes. Sun Lakes is, if you've looked on the map there, Sun Lakes is kind of like it's like a big gated community that's like south of Chandler.
I know it, and she knows it, but the problem, she has friends there that are really her parents. They're the parents of her friends. It's a community that's for the older people, and it's more part-time residents, and she's the complete opposite. She wants to
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. An outgoing...
She's like 10 years younger.
An outgoing person would wither away like a plant that's not being watered if they're in sunlight.
Right.
Sun Lakes is indeed a gated community of oldsters. That's true. But I thought, if she's just the right personality, she might like it. Hey, we're running out of time, so let me go to these cards. And
thank you, Doc.
Fascinating to talk about astrology. I mean, not only astrology, but tarot, but also real estate. That's amazing. I was a realtor in California for a number of years myself, so I know a few things about real estate too. I mostly had listings. I was a listing agent, because I figured back in the 70s and 80s, all you had to do is if you have the listings, you can somebody's going to sell it. If not you, somebody else.
True. But you know what my golden egg was? Oh, real
What's
quick.
That?
I did relocate. I was hooked up to a big company, and I did relocation. So that was equally as beneficial. They're handed clients that have to move and buy a house. So that was it. That was pretty sweet. Anyway, I'm sorry. Tell me anything. Anything.
Okay, anything. Well, let me. Yes. Let me think.
What they want to tell me, the cards. How about
what do the cards want to tell you? We're going to go with the synchronicity here of the cards. Okay,
right.
you are not supposed to just lay back and relax and kind of like wait for something to happen. The Four of Swords shows us inertness, inert. Nothing is going forward. You definitely need to make something happen here. You're a beautiful woman. You got the Nine of Pentacles. You got everything going for you. So I think in terms of both your career, and this applies also to your love life, you could have a lot more going on now than you're letting yourself do that. So it's too early to take this long vacation, It's too early to think that you're retired or that, guys don't want you. I mean, put on the high heels and go out and hang out someplace, with a girlfriend or whatever, and see what happens. Go to a little club. You're a lively person. You're a very lively person. You can have, you can have some fun. That's what I see happening. So what's holding you back is the Nine of Wands. It's that you're not quite sure if you're ready to do that, and it's the feeling that something bad might happen. But what the heck bad things are you expecting to have happen? At this time of your life, I would say let's go with the fourth card. And the fourth card is the Ace of Pentacles. Well, the Ace of Pentacles means that you have the wherewithal, the money, and the connections to have a really good time and to just go out there and do your thing. Ace of Pentacles is bringing you luck. It means that if you want to take a vacation someplace, if you wanted to be in South Florida tomorrow or the Keys or New Orleans for the Mardi Gras or whatever, you could do that. You could make that happen. And that might be actually a place where you can make some connections. So look for that guy that you were talking about that you're not quite sure yet, are you, whether you're finished with him? What do you think?
Right. I really believe I don't feel I'm finished. I don't know what we have to complete, but I can't shake him as much as I thought I could.
The Knight of Cups, I'll give that to you as the last card. The Knight of Cups shows someone coming along, a gentleman, I would say he's refined, but he has a lot of skills, a lot of energy. He could be a builder, he could be a businessman, but he wants you, he loves you, So I think that's either that past we're talking about, or else it's the new energy that's coming in. So I think that's about all we can do. But I would love to have a further reading with you. I mean, this is just touching the surface. So at some point, if you go to my website, if you like what you see, then do contact me. It has prices and terms for various different kinds of readings, maybe astrology combined with tarot, or combinations. You know how I could really help you, or anyone out there that's listening, is I can compare your chart with any other person's chart for compatibility. I have rescued people by doing this. I have brought people together that didn't think they were getting together, and I've also been able to get women out of a bad relationship simply by finding out that, oh my God, this guy has Saturn on your Mars. He's going to kill your business. Oh my God, he has Uranus on your Mercury. He's never going to let you have your end of the conversation. He's always going to talk over you. I mean, all these things show up. So if you can find this guy's birth information or anything close to, then contact me and we'll do this again. And definitely, keep listening. Keep listening, and we'll do this again sometime.
You're fabulous, Ed. You're really spot on. I'm telling you, you've got the power. God bless.
Well, thank you so much.
Really,
tell your friends. Tell your friends.
Thank you.
They can see this as a podcast at edaugust.com. Well, all righty. So it's been a great day, and it's got me feeling pretty bubbly. So we'll talk to you later then. Thanks for calling. And here is my exit music for the day. Thank you, folks.